So you had we both had bachelor weekends.
Yeah, I had a bachelor week.
I had a date on Friday.
We gonna talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Yeah.
How was it?
It was my first date I had outside my ex in like 20-something years.
Jeez.
And,
Well, I know you texted me. I texted you because I was worried about you.
Well,
not during the day. I wasn't worried about you during the day. I was
and
worried
I'm going to
about
be careful because I think she watches. And I had a great time, and it was wonderful. We enjoyed each other's company. We talked for a lot.
That's great.
I knew this woman before I met my wife, and so it was one of those things where I remember some things about her. And this is pure psychology here. Because your mind starts.
So we talked about
and you start thinking about all the good times and all the wonderful things that happen, and like, wow, this is going to be really, really special. And it's impossible not to build up your expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And then you throw a 20-year gap in there. And a lot of people, I mean, if you're in your 40s or 50s and you're divorced and you start going back out on the dating scene, you're either going to start hooking up with old girlfriends, or people that are single, or people that you wanted to go out with but you couldn't because you're married, or you're going to go on to dating apps. And I ain't doing the dating app thing. I just ain't got time for it. I ain't going there, and the sex part's not that important to me. I'm like, I don't care. It's not. I got 3 kids. I'm married to my kids.
Plus, you're well
now I may be different in a year. I don't know.
Well, you're well networked.
Exactly. and so it was almost impossible. To have a night that was going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. It was great. I had a great time. We're going to go out again.
Would you say that it wasn't as good? Listen. Would you say that it wasn't as good, or that it was a little? I'm going to just throw out a bunch of different adjectives.
Yeah.
It was a little more awkward, weird, and a little more awkward, weird, kind of not lined up quite to where part of your brain was trying to sort of wrap.
Oh, it was all of it.
That's exactly. So it's not that's not a bad thing.
No, it's just weird.
It's your brain. There's a part of your brain, your deep memories, that are, we talked about this before you went, they're already primed.
Yeah.
Because it's your only memory that you have.
And there were also some physical aspects of it that had already been broken.
Yes.
So that was kind of something to be expected. And it was kind of like, and it was great, but it was just.
There is that moment, and I will reserve judgment just because of her.
I almost wish I had known her.
Right. Because you're going back and forth between what was and what is right now, and your brain is just toggling.
But it's
toggling.
It was a moment though that needed to be broached in order to continue whatever it's going to be.
Absolutely.
From that standpoint, I drove home and I was kind of like, fun. I'm glad and a lot of it was relief because we've been talking a long period of time.
Tension, right? So we always talk about this, independent of yours. We always talk about this. Unless it's a disaster, you give it 2 or 3 more chances.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't mean yours, but right? Yeah. Because there's a difference between. It's important not to interpret awkward.
Yeah.
The feeling of like clunkiness or awkwardness as bad.
Yeah.
Now, by the 3rd, 4th, 5th date, if it's clunky and awkward, then either you need to sort of figure out why we're not on the same wavelength, or then maybe that one wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people interpret awkward as bad.
Yep.
And particularly if you're a guy, it's like, okay, I'll deal with awkward, but did I get laid?
Yeah.
And if you don't get laid and it's awkward, then you think it's a bad date, and it's not.
No.
Not necessarily.
No, if that in fact had happened, it would have been a bonus. But I mean, not even a bonus. I don't think it would have just been. It was just one of those things that had to happen. Eventually you had.
Plus,
it's like you
haven't dated in 20 years.
Well, I know, but it's like a if you go into a blind date. The thing is too is we went back and forth because I just recently got divorced, and so I wasn't ready, and I don't even know if I was ready Friday, but I was like, I'm just going to jump in.
Yeah,
and
you never know.
See where we're at. And so yeah, but it was fun. We had a good time.
Do you feel different dating? Like,
that's the other part is, you go 18, 19 years being married.
Yeah.
And I never screwed around.
Right.
And so I was constantly cognizant of not only not looking at other women, but not even being allowed to think about other women, because at least in my religion, to think about it is the same as doing it.
Right.
So I try to do the best to be a good husband.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, it's like the whole world is open again.
You better be careful. You're going to pass out. You're going to be like overstimulated.
And I'm thinking too because when I lost my gig back in 2018 with Alan Jay doing the opening drive, I had a boss. And then when I came home, I had a boss.
Yeah, you got nothing now.
And I
take that back.
I had someone there that could throw some discipline at me if I screwed up.
Oh.
And now the whole world is open. Now I'm my own boss. I can go out with whoever I want, and it's almost too much chocolate cake at one time.
You know what it is now. You know what you got to rely on?
Self-discipline.
Morals.
Well, I
you better
know.
be going to confession
and
like
those
every day.
Well, I don't need to. Those stinking things are creeping up whether I want them to or not.
Well, that's also your age. But it's also an indicator that you're a good guy. See, I think that's really important. And women love that. Women, what? No, they do.
No, but it sucks to be a good guy.
The tip for guys. Women love you can be a man's man and chop shit down and do the chainsaw thing and do all that kind of stuff. But if you have a good heart, good morals, and you respect the other person as a human being, whether you state that or not, it comes out. Like, that's what people want.
I cannot understand now. Every situation is different. And you know my family. I've got a 9, a 14, and a 16-year-old. I have a special needs kid. I love my family like beyond belief, right? And so I think about everything I do through their eyes. And so, and it doesn't take that. If I had no children, I don't think I'd be any different.
No.
But these guys,
right?
And I'm not judging you. You do whatever you want. But these guys that just go through a divorce after being married for 10 or 15 years, and then just go out and just like turn it on and get after it. I don't get it. I don't see how it just feels nasty and dirty to me. And that's just me. And people are like, Tony Curry?
But even if they do that again,
maybe it's because I had my time.
No, but actually, that's.
I got after.
Get deep. Listen,
I did some things in my 20s and 30s.
I was just going to say, you did stuff in your 20s and 30s that most guys have not done.
Yeah.
And you did it for a long period of time. You were like a stripper in some ways. Yeah, no, it was.
I really wasn't as bad as people think I was.
Oh, really? You weren't?
My perception and image preceded me.
Because when I moved here, and I heard about, and I turned and said, "Who's that guy?" It's Tony Curry. Oh my! And everyone was, my God.
And
that's exactly what it was. That is, if you put the name Tony Curry, for everybody's first impression is, "Oh, geez, did you hear about?" Oh, now and you know what I think it is. I swear, this happens all the time. This is like how rumors and stuff. You definitely did some stuff. You were at Senior Frogs and Jello wrestling and all that, whatever kind of stuff.
I was just emceeing.
Yeah, but what people do is they take that and then they play out their own fantasies.
Can I tell you a little?
Did you Jello wrestle?
Can I tell you a little tidbit? Can I tell you a little something?
Tip or tidbit?
Tidbit.
Yes.
I did Miss Hawaiian Tropic beauty pageants. I did naval battles. I did wet t-shirt contests. Yep. I did Jello wrestling. I did bell-bottom stuff. I did Senior Frogs. I did remotes at Sammy's. I must have done 5,000 of those. I mean, if there was any type of we had done at Jitterbugs, we were always trying to come up with, the summer girl contest. We were always trying to do something to get women out there. We did a negligee contest. I did not one time hook up with any of my contestants.
Because you were a professional.
I didn't think I had a shot.
Oh, so you were insecure.
Oh, yeah, I was insecure.
So you were overcompensating.
But out of all those,
that's crazy.
Not one time.
You just ruined. When people hear this, every guy's going to go, oh, my God. Dude, really?
Not one time. Not one time.
Self-imposed? Self-imposed?
No, I just never approached it. I just never thought it was just. Well, first of all, if I did, then it was going to look like the contest was rigged. But not one time. Now, I may have dated somebody who ended up getting in a contest, but I never.
What about the other way? Somebody that was in a contest that you met later. So you didn't hook up with them.
Well, no. You know why? Because I was that Catholic schoolboy.
I know.
I was that Catholic schoolgirl kind of guy, dress properly, be dressed to the nines out in public, and then the bedroom get nasty. So I didn't feel comfortable being seen with women like that.
Look at you.
If you're gonna go take
one
your
complex guy.
Well, if you're gonna go take your clothes off for money, then I think you'll do a lot of things for money. Not to say you do everything.
Yeah.
But so I would never hook up with contestants because that wasn't my type of girl.
Oh, look at you.
You're
just bursting every dude's
because
bubble.
it was part of my insecurity because I'm thinking, do I want to be dating a girl that's going to be in 3 different contests this week and guys gawking at her? It's like dating a stripper. I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
You just said, like, listen, you said that there are tons of guys who would, that's their fantasy.
Yeah, I guess I'm always looking for. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm always looking for a relationship. I'm not saying I didn't have one night stands and stuff, but I'm always looking for that some person. I mean, even when I had a one night stand, I always thought maybe it could turn into something. I'm not saying I didn't wake up one night and go, "What in the hell's going on?"
Oh, you're a fern guy.
I know. No, I'm not a fern guy. Because fern guys are different.
Oh, okay. What a fern.
No, I'm a big, hard.
No, you're not.
Long green looking thingamabob guy. No, I'm not a fern guy. The fern guys are different than that.
I feel as if we should break out into some sort of soft rock love song. You're kind of John
I think in a weird kind of way, I did a lot of things that would not have been part of my character.
Well, yes.
Because I felt like I needed to, because I felt like I had a persona to uphold.
Yes.
And I had the opportunity.
And it was acting.
But I never went out to look for, I never went out to get it. If it happened to me, it was like.
But it was acting for you. Not acting, but you know what I mean? It was your stage.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about a guy who almost became a priest when I was 18.
That's what I mean.